Howdy everybody, making a video on my first Comfrey harvest of the year. Comfrey is a great biomass accumulator. As you can see, I've already got started here. Now you can cut it all down and it'll come back several times a year as long as it's well established. So you can just chop and drop it all the time. It's got really deep tap roots, brings up a lot of great nutrients. Just spread it around the root zone of whatever you're growing. But because it's spring, early spring, these are all tipped with buds that are going to produce a ton of great nectar for my bees. Well, not my bees, but the wild bees in the area. Everything from bumblebees to honeybees, solitary bees, end up all over this great plant. So while I could chop and drop all of it, I'm taking, 30, 40, 50% and leaving all these buds on the inside. So while I am harvesting, all these beautiful buds are still here. So here's one I've already done. Did it with my little bear tooth knife. Sell those on my Etsy. But yeah, down at the base of this, there's a cactus, cold hardy cactus. There's a thyme. I think that's archer's gold if I remember right. And this is the base of a peace garden apple. So we'll make a cut and maybe you'll join me for some shaky filming of the next spot. Alright everybody, here's another spot. This one doesn't have buds on it yet, and it's not quite as large. It's got a gooseberry next to it, and a mulberry tree that has died twice. I've tried to plant the same variety twice. They claim they're way more cold hardy than my area, but they die every winter. So if we can't grow them, I instead put an Asian pear over there, because I have another nearby. I have a Shipova pear right there. Got a big patch of Soshan right there. There's all sorts of other plants I can feed this to. So right here, I'm going to show you how. Again, I'm doing it with this little bitty knife. A bigger one would make it easier, certainly. Let's see if I can maybe lean you up against this plant stem. Maybe? Maybe? Huh. No, you're not angled up enough. Yeah, not perfect, but probably the best I'm gonna get. Alright. One last check. Yeah, you can see my hands. So I just come in here near the base. Just start slicing through. Just get a big handful. Come in near the base. Slice right through. Just nice clean cut. It helps a little to have a curved knife like this or like a sickle. It helps, but I wouldn't say you have to by any means. Oh. Here we go. Now this one didn't have very many flowers on it, so I just harvested most of it. But there we go. Spent more time setting up than I did cutting, but right there, that little knife, that whole pile between my legs, let me set that knife back in its sheath. Every knife I come with comes with a little duct tape cover. I don't make very good sheaths. Well, I make okay sheaths, but they cost too much time for me to make, so they make everything expensive, so I sell without them. But I'd make the duct tape. But right there, just throw that pile under that gooseberry. Right here, throw this pile right up against that Shipova pear. Take this pile, throw it over there right up against that freshly planted pear. That's how you use it. It's living mulch, high in nutrients, breaks down quickly, drops off a lot of nutrients right on top of the root zone, and then when you water or if it rains, washes all that good stuff right into the soil. So yeah, it's fairly simple to understand, simple to use. It smells kind of like cucumber. It smells quite nice. They say it's carcinogen. I don't consume it, but I do use it as bandages when I get cut out here. Last week I got a pretty bad stick really deep, a needle really deep in my finger. Can't get it to focus anyways, but it's all healed up already. because I wrapped it in Comfrey. But there you can see I left one good stalk there. I left a couple leaves, and that'll come back. You can chop and drop it like that, cut the whole thing down at least 18 times a year without bothering the plant. So hopefully you enjoyed that. You can leave now. I'll probably not have much else to say, but let's do it in one more location just to show off. All right, one more spot. This one yet again, further along. You can see in there tons and tons and tons of flower buds. I have more videos on Comfrey if you want to see what the flowers look like. But this time I'm going to just go ahead and pause it because it's so large and there's nothing to prop the camera up with. But I'll chop about half of it, maybe more, and let you see just how much biomass came off. See you in a second. All right, everybody, here we go. Of course, the wind picks up right as I start filming, but chopped a big bunch of that away. I have this big pile right here. Here, some asparagus that got hit by frost, so it's all laying down. Just throw some piles of this on each side of the asparagus. That'll give it some nice feed to bounce back from the freeze. Leave a couple just piled around the root zone. A couple around here. Neighbor just drove by. Right here is a tayberry. Leave a couple chunks next to the roots of it. Leave a couple over there. Yeah, just chop it up and sprinkle it wherever you lay it. It's going to do some good for the plants it comes in contact with. All right. Well, I hope you had a great time. Hope you learned something. Hope you had fun. I'll see you in the next video as soon as I can. Goodbye, everybody.